Example 11, we are told that given that y is equals to 1 over 16 x squared, express each of the following in the form of kx raised to power n, in form of kx raised to power n. Express the following, and part A, we are supposed to express y raised to power half in the form of kx raised to power n. And all we know is that y itself is 1 over 16x squared. So when y is raised to power a half, we are simply saying it is 1 over 16 x squared raised to power a half. And in this setup, we have the number part and we have the unknown part. So we need to separate the two. We need to get the square root of the whole of the number part and the square root of the algebraic part. So we are talking about 1 over 16 raised to power a half multiplied by x squared raised to power a half. And this gives us the square root of 1 over 16 is simply 1 over 4, and the square root of x squared is simply x. And the final submission is x over 4. That is what we realize y raised to power half to be. Part B is asking us to write 4y raised to negative 1. 4y raised to negative 1. And since we know what is the value of y, we can again rewrite the whole of these expressions in terms of 4, and then y, we bring 1 over 16 x squared raised to power negative 1. 4 is not affected by the power. You can already see the power is only affecting the x, or rather the y. So if we want to open this, we are going to have the negative 1 affecting the whole number part or the number part, and again it should be affecting the algebraic part, meaning that we have 4 multiplied by 1 over 16 raised to power negative 1 multiplied by x squared raised to power negative 1. What we see here, we can talk about reciprocating this, giving us 1 over 4 multiplied by 1 over 16. And I want us to talk about 1 over 16 raised to power minus 1. This is the same as the reciprocal of what we have, 1 over 16. The whole of this raised to power 1. And 1 divided by 1 over 16, anytime we divide by a fraction, is like multiplying by its reciprocal. So 1 divided by a 16th, it's simply 1 times 16 over 2, which is 16 raised to power 1. So this one is what we bring here, times 16 raised to power 1. Of course, times x raised to power 2 times negative 1 minus 2. What we realize from here is 16 times 4, which is 64x raised to power 2. If you like, you can still write 64 all over x squared, because again, when we reciprocate the part which has a negative index, when it gets to the denominator position, then the index becomes positive. Either way, those are correct answers any level. But if you're told to express this without a negative index, then this is correct. If you're simply supposed to evaluate, any answer is correct. All right?